Hi everyone, I am Dr. Bhuvneshwari, working as a professor, Department of MBA, Global Academy of Technology, Bangalore. So in this video, that is my last video in Principles and Practices of Banking. Under Module D, we are going to discuss about the last part of this banking ethics, changing dynamics. So previous video we discussed about that workplace ethics, why it is important for a business, why it is important for a bankers, and why it is important for the customers. So in this aspect we have discussed about the workplace ethics. In what is that, in continuation of this one about that previous video, in this video we are going to discuss about that banking ethics, changing dynamics. So when it comes to the globalization, there are three era we have passed: liberalization, privatization, and globalization. When the globalization which comes, that technological advancements that is dramatically transformed banking and financial services. So banking and financial services, they have dramatically changed from their traditional banking operations to the modern banking operations. When it comes to the modern banking operations, that is technology driven activities were undertaken by the bankers, so which leads to the complexity as well as the competition among the banks. So this global economies and societies through electronic communication and technology has necessitated a shift in how banks operate and interact with the customers, how they are operating their banking business, and how they are interact with their customers. That is the main thing. So technology plays a pivotal role in order to excel with one another, in order to provide the better customer services, in order to provide the better banking experience to each and everyone. So they have to provide with this. So essentials of a bank is nothing but the state of the art solution for their survival and growth of a business. So now we have seen that the public sector banks, so some of the cases they can't cope up with the private sector banks and foreign banks, so that they have merged with one another. For example, we can say the example of Andhra Bank merged with the Union Bank of India, like Canara Bank merged with the Syndicate Bank once after this scam were taken place in the Yes Bank. State Bank of India, earlier it was 7 subsidiaries. Now State Bank of India, all the 7 subsidiaries are merged with one another. Now we are having the only one single entity. Why? Because these are all the various challenges which is faced by the public sector banks in order to excel with the private players as well as the foreign players in India. They should have some, they have to be provided with this state of art solution for their survival and growth. So what is the role of information technology in banking? When they are they using with that information technology, they should have a certain ethics toward that. So driving business operations, that is communication and connectivity. So through that IT which facilitate the efficient communication between the banker and the customer, and efficient communication among the banker as well as the among the customer. So that connectivity within the organization and outside the organization, it facilitate them to develop their business. Then business process re-engineering, it enables banks to re-engineer their business process, improving efficiency and the service delivery. So they are each and every bank, they are excel with one another, they are competing and with one another, so they are improving their efficiency and provide the better service delivery. Then technological advancements, that is the product development. IT supports a sophisticated product development and innovations. Through the IT support, they always innovate the new product. So they provided with the IT enabled services to their customers and feel them very happy while availing the banking services. So they are providing with the enhanced market structure, which are leading to the better financial market operations, and also which provides the risk control, provides the reliable techniques for controlling the financial risk. In order to controlling the financial risk, they have adopted with this some reliable techniques in order to attract the customer and in order to attract the bankers. Then they are geographical reach that helps financial intermediaries reach distant and diversified markets, not only concentrate on their local markets. So they are come up with the so many diversified product. So these diversified product through this they are what they have they are aiming at the diversified market. And another one is the customer experience. So online and mobile banking have revolutioned customer service, allowing access to banking services anytime and anywhere, wherever they are access the banking facilities. And another one thing is the anywhere, anytime, at any time, even for the midnight also they can use that banking services. It connects the people like which create the bonding between the banker and the customer. So customer satisfactions that can be attained through the they have used with the IT tools such as email, mobile phone and digital channels enable cost effective, personalized and interactive communications too. So banking efficiency shift from branch based services to they have used with the so many electronicals gadgets, electronical channels. These electronic channels which improved the service quality and the service efficiency of the bankers. So that leads into the better customer experience. When the customer experience are in a positive way, obviously the satisfaction among the customer also very good. Internal efficiency they have maintained with the proper management information system which enhance the internal effectiveness, and they have to make a decision making based on the data. And they can maintain with the customer relationship management. They are using with the like a big data analytics and Adobe, these techniques and all which provide about the customers, what is their insight, what they want to look into that their banking services, everything they have to get it. So role of ethics in technology, that is this data security and privacy. So that is the one thing when it comes to the technological ethics. Data privacy is very much important. Banks have a moral obligation to protect the customer data from leaks and misuse. So they won't that is the ethic of a banker. They should maintain the secrecy of the customer information. So if they are leaking that customer's information, there will be a chances of misusing the customer information. So customer trust, so if they are leaking that information, customer trust will goes off. So ensuring the data confidentiality which which creates the trust, which create the trust among the customers about the banking system. So preventing data misuse, monitoring the IT personnel, so ensuring that IT department personnel do not leak customer data is essential. If it is required, then only customer data will be shared with the IT people, else it won't be leaked to that IT professional also. So which means that they will be providing with the periodic training, should emphasize the importance of data security and the consequences of unethical behavior. So they have to provide the better training to their employees. What is the importance of maintaining the secrecy of the customer data? If they are breaching that one, what is the consequences will happen? So such kind of the awareness should be created in the mind of the banker. So emerging technology, when it comes to the fintech, technology refers to technology that facilitate the delivery of financial services to their customer. So regulatory technology, that is the regulatory mechanisms, regulatory compliance, what would be there. So collaboration opportunities, so this fintech and rich tech innovations offer opportunities for banks to increase the revenues and enhance the customer service. What is the regulatory sandbox? To foster responsible innovations in financial services, while promoting efficiency and benefiting consumers. What is the framework? What is the framework of that? What is the framework? So So, what is the framework? Regulatory sandbox to foster responsible innovation in financial services, while promoting efficiency and benefiting the consumers. So framework allows market participants to test a new product. So they have to allow the market participant to test the new product, any kind of the new innovation, any kind of the new technologies which come into the picture, then it should be tested. It does not harm to the any people, it does not harm to the society, or it does not harm to the customer. It does which does not what is that affect the customer loyalty as well as the customer this awareness, customer safety. What is that data security and privacy in banking? So with the rise of online banking and the increased reliance on digital platforms, data security and privacy has become paramount concerns. And so that is the main concern when it comes to the banker. So data security is one of the important task which is there in the when the technology, when the advancements may taken place. One side this is the benefit, then another side it is the disadvantages. So the breach of the data security which leads to the so many consequences, which is in a positive in nature and also negative in nature also. So that as banks increasingly outsource technology related activities to fintech companies, it is crucial to have robust internal controls to ensure that these third party providers. So what is the data security? They have to follow the proper guidelines and procedures in order to integrity and consistency. So must define and implement a procedure to maintain the integrity and consistency of electronic data, which include the database, data warehouse, data. They have to archive this one. When it is not needed, it should be archived. When it is required, from there they can take it. Then they have to follow the uniform data protection mechanism within the institution as well as the external entities. Then storage and access control, secure storage, implement physical environmental control to protect data storage against the fire, against the flood protection, physical locks, keypad access, password, biometrics. So these are all the security devices they have to use. When it comes to that data protection, fire and flood, that is the natural calamities, and physical locks, that is for the in order to avoid the what we can say, that in order to avoid the burglary activities. Then keypad access, so everything should be once after using the system, that is the open day as well as the closed day. When the closed day which comes on the end of the day, they have to shut down the system in a prompt manner. It should be prompted through the password. That is the storage and access control. Then access control, limit access to data through stringent and physical technical measures such as log all access to ensure accountability. So they have to maintain the log book, whoever operate the system. For example, when it is a safety locker room, there also camera should be there. They have to monitor who is entering into that, who is having the authority to open that. So they have to maintain the log book. Okay. Then disposal procedure, electronic and paper media, develop appropriate disposal procedures for electronic and paper based media to prevent unauthorized recovery of data. Some cases in olden days and all, in the traditional banking system, for example அந்த கார்பன் காப்பி வச்சு எழுதணும்னா அதில் வந்து அந்த அச்சு பதிஞ்சிருக்கும். ஸோ அது மூலமாக they can retrieve the data, they can misuse it. Like a Xerox shop, if you are making the some copies which is relevant to the banking assets, if you are making the Xerox of those information, so there will be a chances of leaking. So then only what is that Reserve Bank of India is advised, they have to own their own Xerox machine. Any kind of the banking document should not be get it photocopied from the outside people. Then data in transit, when they are transiting the data, encrypt customer account and the transaction data during the transmission. Encryption is nothing but which is the data is visible between the sender as well as the receiver. Third party does not have a right to look after that data. Then they have to make the electronic mechanisms, that is they have to monitor and control, block, filter and monitor the electronic activities such as email, printing, unauthorized software and hardware. The next one is the data privacy, that is the fraud prevention, technology and analytics. So fintech companies should use technology and analytics to prevent and predict the fraud. So fintech technology, they have to use this certain mechanism to prevent and predict the fraud. So the responsibility which includes the collaborating with regulators to develop, they have to collaborate. That is the responsibility which is lies in the hands of the banker, in the hands of the customer as well as the collaborator. Then principles of data protection, technology agnosticism. Data protection laws should be flexible to accommodate evolving the technologies. So data minimization, collect and process only the minimal amount of data necessary for the intended purpose. What is the data which is necessary for their purpose? Those data only will be collected. So informed consent, so whatever the data, if any individual data should be given to the third party, it should be passed with the consent of the concerned persons, that is the customer. Accountability, who are holding the data, they are accountable for the data processing activities. If they are breaching any kind of the regulations, penalty will be imposed. So what is the regulatory measures? So in order to bring that, a data privacy bill, that is which outline the measures the data protection and privacy, is under consideration for approved by the parliament during 22 and 23. So intellectual property rights, patents and proprietary rights. So what is that? IPR. IPR, which is for the category that is refers the creation of the mind, whatever the intellectual skills, what is their innovations, what is their what is that artistic works and symbol which are legally protected through that intellectual property. So which ensures that the creators can control and benefit from their creations, benefit from their innovations. So preventing that innovations used by the third party or unauthorized use. So that is one of the ethics which is there in the banking, that is intellectual property rights. When it comes to the categories of intellectual property rights, one is the patents, another one is the copyright. What is that? It is an exclusive right granted for an invention, either a product invention or process invention. That is a process, a new way of doing the something, or provides a new technical solution to a problem. Duration typically lasts 20 years from the filing date. Example, new technology, innovative process and unique products. These are all the patents. So any kind of the innovative product, any kind of the innovative or unique or innovative process, so that should be and belongs to that patent. Copyright, we to provide the rights of creators over their literary work, artistic work, musical and dramatic works. So rights covered including the literary works, films, music, artistic work and architectural design. Additional rights also, which covers the right of performing assets, performing artists, phonogram producers and broadcasters. Intellectual property rights, IPR is one of the formal mechanism that establish a ownership of the intellectual assets. Those who are having the intellectual skills, their skills can be protected through this IPR, either they based on the innovation which belongs to the patents or which belongs to the copyright. So ethics of information security. When ethics to the information security, that conduct is very much important. Critical role in safeguarding the sensitive customer and operational data. So that is the main thing. When ethics is there in the information technology, they have to prevent data breaches, reputational damage and costly legal issues. So what kind of the key aspects of the this information security ethics? They have to be a professional obligations. So employees should be educated about their professional obligations regarding the information security. Regular training should be provided. Refresher course should be conducted to emphasize the importance of the ethical behavior. So what is the ethical behavior? How they have to behave with their peer, how they have to behave with their own customers, okay, what kind of the words they have to use, so what is their attitude, how they have to define their attitude in front of their peer group or their higher officials or as well as the customers. So as on when they have to provide the training. So they have to create the cyber crime awareness again, which is also one of the key aspects of the information security ethics. Types of cyber crimes. Employees need to be informed about various types of cyber crimes and their implications. What are the various types of cyber crimes are there? What are the implications of those cyber crimes? It should be educated to the employees by way of conducting the so many training and development programs. So for that they have to bring with the patterns and modus operandi. IT employees should be familiar with that is familiar with the common attack patterns, profiles of attackers and methods of theft. என்ன மாதிரியான theft நடக்கிறதுக்கு அந்த அட்டாக்கர்ஸ் வந்து என்ன மாதிரியான அட்டாக்லாம் பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படிங்கிறது அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும். ஸோ அதுக்கு வந்து ஒரு பேட்டர்னை வந்து அவங்க கொண்டு வரணும். செக்யூரிட்டி மெஷர்ஸ், ஸோ தி ப்ரொடெக்ட் தி ப்ரோட்டோகால், என்ஷூர் தட் எம்ப்ளாயீஸ் ஆர் aware of and adhere to security protocol to protect data and prevent unauthorized access. So incident response, develop and implement the procedure for responding to data breaches and security incidents. So these are all the key aspects of the information security ethics. One is the professional obligations. Cybercrime awareness should be created among the employees and they have to tell about the security measures. So what is the training recommendation? So that is kind of the orientation program. When the new employees have joined, orientation should be given to them about the security ethics and practices. And also the provide ongoing education. It is a continuous learning opportunities. Always they have to keep the employees updated about the emerging threats and the security measures. So in this video we have discussed about the various kinds of the business ethics and the changing dynamics, how it impart the quality of customer service, and also how they have to create the better relationship between one another. Hope you can understand this video and you can enjoy my entire course. So thank you one and all. Thank you for the opportunity. Wish you all a happy learning. Thank you one and all.